Previously on Roaches to Wrenches.
Oh shoot! This is bad. This is freaking bad, man. The wheel is straight.
This is not good, man.
Yo, you guys, look at the alignment. Look at the alignment on my car, yo. The front bumper cover is completely smashed, man. I just stuffed this thing into a freaking snowbank, man.
Alright guys, so if it's not already blatantly obvious to you, I clearly bent a tie rod, so yeah, I'm gonna have to find out how to replace that. So I did a little moving around of the alignment. I just did a little eyeball alignment just to make sure it's a little bit good. As you can see, it's damn near straight. This wheel is slightly towed in, which if you go over to this side, this one is perfect. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I got the brakes replaced. I got the tie rod and the brakes replaced on that side. This right here is what I call a box of bad decisions. So I used a little box of the brake pads. I pretty much put all my bad decisions in right here. This right here is how not to run down. This right here is how not to treat your car. You see this right here? This is how not to treat your car, man. So the reason I had to replace these brakes is, you know, I ran them down to nothing pretty much. So as you can see here, it's down to, the brake pad is pretty much down to nothing. This is okay. See how this one is. Yeah, this one is pretty much down to nothing also. So, you know, this is how not to treat your car, man. So I pretty much ran it down. I beat the hell out of this car. That's kind of how I crashed it. So, and then I ended up with this right here. Ripped the e-brake into a curb, into a sidewalk curb. Good thing there was nobody walking there, because I probably would have killed them too. Took them down with me. And, yeah, man. So, yeah, this is how not to treat your car. Do not run your brake pads down this low, because you could end up damaging the rotors. The pads were actually squeaking really badly. They were beginning to squeak a lot. I just never told y'all about it. I just kept forgetting. But yeah, man. This is what I got. I'm glad I got all this replaced. So right now I have all the mechanics of the vehicle finished. Now I just need to... I'm going to try and attempt to fix this bumper cover with some fiberglass resin and some Bondo, of course. I really don't want to spend another $280 something, $300 for another aftermarket bumper cover. This bumper cover that I bought was an OEM bumper cover, which is why it cost me $475. So I really want to fix this thing if I can. I am going to use the method that I saw in a video a little while back. I'm going to be drilling holes right here.
Man, it's crazy. This thing looks so good from back here. I wonder how it looks like from the front. So as you can see, we accomplished our goal. It looks almost as though it was never even hit. I mean, excuse me. It looks like the crack is almost completely closed. So now I'm going to begin to mix the fiberglass before I apply it to the back of the bumper cover. Alright guys, I don't know how good the angle is. I can't really touch the camera right now because my hand is all full of fiberglass. But I have the fiberglass on to a point where I think it's good for the first layer. I'm going to apply one more layer on top of this one just to make sure after this dries out. But as for now, I think it's looking good. I think this may actually work. We're gonna have to find out, just wait and see. Alright boys. I'm driving the Copart Forward Focus right now. The steering is definitely back on point. It's not one wheel out. The alignment definitely needs to be fixed. The wheels are actually straight, but I actually did the alignment in such a way that both wheels are pointing this direction, so that way when I let go, the car goes straight, but the steering wheel is off. So I'm just gonna take this car to an alignment shop and then they can take care of it. It's only gonna cost me 40 bucks, but the car is definitely fixed mechanically. Now I just need to fix the body. Okay guys, I figured I may as well document this. Right now, this lower core support bent in, so I need to get it back out because the wheel well is rubbing on the wheel. So I gotta fix that, I gotta pull that back out. So I attached this thing to the back wheel of the Cadillac because I got nowhere else to mount it to, and I'm just driving back and I'm gonna crank this thing right here, that pump, and see if this thing works. It's back in position. It's that easy. So let me go get the bolt to put it back in there, and we should be done. Okay, the lower core support is forward enough, so that's gonna be it. Wow, this is really coming out a lot better than I expected. All right, there we go. Okay, boys, it's not on right, but I got other stuff to do with my life, man. I don't want to just keep on wet sanding and, you know, all this stuff. Yeah, I just got the Cadillac pulled in. More on that later, but yeah, man, I'm gonna use the old GM paint. I don't know if it's gonna match up directly. I may just use this and just paint the rest of the bumper cover. Who knows? Let's just see. So it's obviously looking good on camera, but trust me, it's a little bit off. But I'm fine with it. I think it's all right. I might just run it. I might just blend it in, you know, just blend it. Yeah, actually, when you blend it, it actually doesn't look that bad when you blend it. So I'm just gonna blend it like that. All right, guys, this is not really a good look right here in the shadowy garage, so we're gonna have to wait for this thing to dry off and then put it back on the Ford Focus when this thing dries off, and that's gonna be it. Well, that's it, boys. The front bumper cover for the 2010 Copart Ford Focus is fixed. Obviously, it still looks a little bit like hell, you know, but honestly, it's really not a big deal to me. I'm just glad I can get this car back on the road. I have this car. It's pretty much almost done. All I have to do is the body work, and I have to paint that other fender over there. And yeah, and I also have to put those front tires on it. However, man, everything's coming together pretty well, you know. The fitment is still a little bit off because in the crash, I broke off all the tabs that mount right here, so like this thing's still poking a little bit out. But as far as it sits now, the car is still exactly how it was before I stuffed it into a snowbank. It still has this gap right here. Everything still has that dent right there. You know, everything's pretty much just like it was. It just has that little piece right there. So I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. I know I was tripping out before. I was saying like, oh, I'm gonna have to cover up all the damage and I'm gonna have to, you know, do all this stupid nonsense. And honestly, I don't have to, because I didn't really have to cover anything up, because really nothing bent besides that lower core support, which I bent back pretty easily. So yeah, man, progress is coming along. Everything's coming along well. I'm happy. So I might just take this thing into the alignment shop sometime this week or next week. I don't even know. I'm gonna have to call them and schedule. But yeah, man, the wheel, there's no rubbing. I just took it out for a little test drive. There's no rubbing in the wheel well. You can see it right there. It was rubbing a little bit on the drive back home after I stuffed it. The wheel gap looks good. Everything looks good, man. I'm happy. But as you can see, something is supposed to be there. Who can guess it? Who can guess it? Put it in the comments. Booyah, baby. So I'm going to be focusing all my attention on the Scania Cadillac, man. So as you can see here, one of the reasons I was going to make a whole separate video on this, but one of the reasons why I haven't really been too enthusiastic about this car lately is I actually woke up one morning about a week ago and I was like, oh crap, I haven't even gotten any paperwork. I haven't gotten the tags for this car or anything. And so I finally called the dealership back because I was scared. I thought I got smoked. I was like, because, you know, this is a story for a whole nother video, but this actually happened to me before. You know, basically a dealer or a pawn shop, I'm not even really sure, but they screwed me, man. They effed me, man. But this was a couple years ago. But so yeah, man, it still got the Scania tags on it. It's an out-of-state car, and yeah, so I was having issues with that. I called them up. I'm like, yo, what the hell's going on? I had to call the dealership that I bought this car from. The lady who answered the phone, she was like, oh, it got overlooked, so she has to redo it. And I was like, you know, other people may be mad, but I was honestly relieved, man, because I mean, it's not like I needed to drive this car or anything. I was relieved, man. I was actually scared she was gonna say, oh, it's like our records don't show that we ever owned that vehicle. So, you know, if she says something like that, then I'm gonna have to, you know, sue the dealership and, you know, all this stuff, man. And, you know, the car that I got screwed over from before by a pawn shop / dealership, I'm not sure. I ended up just having to take the loss, man, because the car was so cheap that it wasn't even worth it, man. I didn't even want that car. I just let that thing go to the impound, man. But I'm happy, man. My attention is going to be going to this car. This car is fixed. However, I'm not going to make this car my daily driver again, just because the insurance on this car is actually way cheaper than this one. But the other downside is that this car right here is a lot older. It's a lot rustier. It doesn't have an aux port. This one does. And that's really about it. This one also has the bass too, you know, it has the kicker subwoofers, man. But yeah, man, this is a lot cheaper to insure. But the downside is the 2.2 liter drinks a little bit more gas, not really a little bit, quite a bit more gas than the 2.0 liter Ford Focus. I actually found out that the tires on the back were a little bit low, so I put some air in those tires today. But anyway, that's about it. That's pretty much all for this episode. I got the Copart Ford Focus fixed. I'm making progress on the Copart Malibu, and I got the the Cadillac CTS in the garage finally. Anyway, I'm grinding. I hope you all are doing the same. Y'all stay strong, stay healthy, and stay inspired. I'm out. Peace!